I debated whether to make this video for obvious reasons, but I want to practice being vulnerable and authentic. And I know that there are others who can relate to this perspective. So yesterday was Trans Day of Visibility, and as I'm thinking of my queer friends, family, peers, acquaintances, I am also thinking of what that means for me. I definitely wouldn't call myself trans. Firstly, I'm more apt to call myself queer, but I know non-binary falls under the trans umbrella. So it's kind of one of those things that it depends on the person. I came out as gender fluid and bi 11 years ago when I was 15. And I have come out over and over and over since then. Because of the way that it was received when I came out, I definitely resorted to comphet, which also landed me in a sexually and emotionally abusive relationship for pretty much the rest of high school and the beginning of college, which can be its entirely own other video, maybe someday. Now, I don't necessarily say I'm gender fluid, but I still feel that the term gender queer matches me most closely. And I don't cling to bi or pan. I just all-encompassingly think that queer describes my identity best. But as a femme married to a man, obviously I am perceived by almost everyone as cishet, which is understandable. And because of that, I do have a lot of privilege, and I'm fully acknowledge and am aware of the safety that affords me and so many other things. I don't get the discrimination that somebody that's visibly queer does. And I would not want to overstate this with my little gripes about not being seen. But thinking about Trans Visibility Day, it made me think about what it means to be seen for your queer identity. And I can't help but feel kind of left out of the queer community, even though I know I belong. And I think a lot of that is because I've consistently been ignored, invalidated, and forgotten every time that I've come out. And it's like, I can't even count how many times. It's like every year, either at this time or Pride Month or non-binary, I don't remember what it's called, but non-binary day is the same day as my birthday. And that's kind of like a time that I'm always reflecting on this. And every single year, it feels like I'm reminding people in my life that I am queer, which it feels, maybe it's because I've been invalidated, but it feels like a stupid gripe, especially because of the passing privilege I have. And this is not to say I don't also feel like I identify as a woman in some ways. I experience life as a woman, and I also feel empowered in my femininity, so that's kind of a complex thing. So genderqueer, for those who don't know, it is a spectrum. It's not a binary, right? So, but anyway, I see my fellow femme presenting non-binary friends who say things about oh, I don't owe anyone androgyny. And then I sit here and I'm like, but that person seems more visibly queer to me. And then here I am invalidating myself, oh, I'm not that I'm hyper femme, but I'm definitely not androgynous. And I guess this is more of a reminder to myself and to others that we truly don't owe anyone androgyny. And as hard as that can be for cishet people to wrap their heads around, it is the truth. And I didn't want to make this a super long video. I just kind of wanted to put it out there. But please, if you do relate at all, or if you have any other thoughts, I am happy to hear them. I would love to have a discussion on this topic because I feel like It's not something that's talked about very much, probably because it's not really pressing, because due to my passing privilege and other people's passing privilege, we're not really as much in a marginalized group as those who face the discrimination that they do because of their visible queerness. So I still think there's a conversation worth being had. So yeah, if you can relate, let me know. If you can't, let me know your other thoughts on it. And I'm trying to make more regular videos, so perhaps the discussion will lead to another video topic that could be a discussion in the future. So yeah, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Bye, guys.